my body doing its thing now, So what do you think most people may misunderstand about their cycle, and what shifts when we actually start paying attention?
I think even just understanding the basic biology, I think a lot of people think that there's only the period going on, and that
Right.
is the cycle. But of course, the period is the beginning of the cycle. And then you have these hormonal shifts that make an egg be released. And if it's fertilized, you are obviously becoming pregnant. But if not, the lining of the uterus fills up and eventually comes out as your next period. And in between, you have more hormonal shifts, and it influence our social patterns, how our vision work, how we build muscle tissue, our vocal cords. I mean, for so many different things. And it's a fascinating, miraculous system. So many things have to work together. Our different hormonal glands, our reproductive systems, our brain. And I mean, I think there can be this appreciation of like, wow, like this body, it's just incredible.
It's doing
And also
so
like,
much.
and some people suggest that we should have menstruation as a vital sign, on the same level as heart beating and breathing. Like if you don't menstruate, it's a sign that you should go figure out what's going on. Maybe you have a
Completely.
hormone balance, maybe you're pregnant, maybe something else.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it feels like this navigation. I can say now I'm 46, so I'm going through menopause. I
Okay.
think,
You
it's like
think you're in perimenopause, maybe?
perimenopause.
Yeah.
And suddenly it's like this sense of like this navigation I've had in my life for so long, I'm like lost. I'm like, what's going on? It's really interesting. Because what you say is like, usually you would know like, okay, I'm feeling a bit like this, that way. Oh, okay. It kind of makes sense with where I am in my cycle. And now it's like, okay, wait, what?
Like there's no anchor to base
There's
any
no
of the
anchor.
feelings on. Yeah.
Exactly. But on the flip side, that really tells me how much it was a navigation while I had my regular periods.
How much you
Um,
were able to make sense of what was going on with your body when you had it. Yeah, that makes sense. So, what would you say to someone who's never tracked it before but curious to start?
well, first I would say, lead with curiosity. It should not be this chore. Like, try for a few months, see if it makes you curious about learning even more. There's a lot of informational content to be found in apps and in food. There's definitely a lot is really, really scientifically super solid and fact checked and medically like solid. Um, and I would also say, to your point, choose one that you can really trust.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not only about the data privacy. For me, there's also something about when we build technology, we shape culture.
Mm-hmm.
And we teach people what is to be considered normal, what is outside a cultural norm, maybe. And I feel that there's so much responsibility on the shoulders of the ones building tech to make sure that it's inclusive, that people feel at home, that it's not fear producing, that you don't feel like you're wrong or something is embarrassing. And so, like, if your technology doesn't feel like it's empowering, find something else. Like, it should feel like it's your best ally. It's like it's got your back, and it can be sensitive to where you are. Like, I want technology to be built with emotional intelligence. It cannot feel like it's like shovel me into some gender normative like box.
Box,
What?
right, completely. Where we're all working the same. No, I think that's so important. I honestly didn't realize until recently that every time I log something into Clue that it's not only helping me, like we were talking about, it's obviously helping like the bigger picture of research that hasn't historically included women. Is there anything that has been surprising or meaningful that's come out of some of Clue's research partnerships?
Yes. I mean, for me, it's almost like this physical sensation of when people enter a data point, they're like pushing female health research forward. Like,
Completely.
it's like
Completely.
it's actually feeding that whole big movement. And Clue has done partnership with so many incredible researchers at, Stanford and Columbia and Oxford, like amazing institutions.